Norway studying Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine deaths. Doctors in Norway are investigating what happened in the death of 23 elderly patients who recently received the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. What they are looking at right now is the possible connection between adverse effects and the fatal outcome. This is because many of the patients were in advanced age and their frail bodies made them prone to even the slightest side effect. Dr. Sigurd Hortimo, the chief physician at the Norwegian Medicines Agency, said, "Based on these reports, we cannot rule out that common adverse reactions such as fever and nausea." Dr. Hortimo continued that these common adverse reactions may contribute to more serious and fatal outcomes in some frail patients. Not to mention, some patients were determined with severe underlying health conditions. The vaccine was tested in large clinical trials composed of thousands of participants. However, Pfizer had fewer volunteers from specific groups within the adult age group. These include volunteers aged 85 years and people with acute or unstable illnesses. It's not a fault on Pfizer's side because the risk could be too high for volunteers with those characteristics. The trade was the lack of sufficient data on how the vaccine may work in the said groups. Hence, it shouldn't be a surprise why the vaccine got entangled with more than 20 deaths in Norway. Researchers had no exact idea how the vaccine would interact with unstable illnesses and advanced age. Plus, vaccine researchers considered the benefits to be greater than the risks, especially since COVID-19 has no specific treatment. To provide a perspective, the NMA noted that about 400 people die each week in long-term care facilities and nursing homes. So, the deaths and time of vaccination may overlap. What the agency wants is a careful assessment of vaccine recipients within a few days after vaccination. According to CNN, NIAID Director Dr. Anthony Fauci said that the deaths must be put into context. The case occurred in a population group composed of very weak people living in a nursing home. While the context is out, Dr. Fauci agrees with the assessment of these cases. Experts need to know what is the rate of deaths in nursing homes in people who didn't get the vaccine. From there, they can find the real denominator. Of 23 deaths, the NMA finished the assessment in 13 patients. Although fever and nausea were noted, the adverse reactions aren't confirmed as causal factors of the deaths.